Hello everyone, my name is Vishal Gupta. I work as a product evangelist for Corel Products. I am glad to present CorelDRAW 2024 new features in today's session. This session will be of 60 minutes in which I will present 50 minutes for the tools demonstration and last 10 minutes will be for the question and answer round. For any queries in the mid of the session, you can put it in the chat box. We will cover all the questions at the end of the session. Before we begin, I would
increase or decrease the thickness. If I want to add more than one node, I can have to just click on the shape and I can easily apply variation over here. The same thing goes for any freehand line tool or any other shape. So let's say I have a freehand tool over here. I want to add variation outline in this. I will just click on the variable outline tool and define on which part I want to add thickness. So let's say I add node over here, and now with the help of these handle I can easily move it outward to add some thickness to it. If I want to make this part little bit thin from here, I have to just add over here, add a node, and from here I can define what should be the thickness of the shape. At any point of time, if you want to clear the thickness, you can just click over here, clear nodes. So moving ahead to the next. Now there is a spacing between the two pages. I can also adjust that spacing from here. So currently it is showing 1 inches of space, right? Now if I want to increase or decrease the spacing, I can change the number over here. Let's say I want 3 inches of space. So I'll change the number 3, and when I press enter, now the spacing between the two pages will be 3 inches. And this is not all. For example, if you want to shuffle any object from one page to another, you can do it very easily. Now, this particular image is on page number 2. If I want the same image on page number 6 as well, I can very easily move this. Now I have the option, either I want to make a copy of it or I want to move this option. So let's say I want to make a copy over here. So as you can see, very easily I am able to move object from one page to another. Export a single document with multiple file format. The same thing can be done easily with the help of multi-export. I'll show you how. So you will find this export Docker inside the Docker list. Just click on the plus sign over here and you will find a Docker list over here, export. As you can see, it is already check marked. That means it is already enabled over there. Now when I click on the export, now this image I want to export in multiple file formats. So what I can do is export the document. Either you want to export this particular selected item, or you want to export this entire page, or you want to export entire document. So currently this is a 13-page document, right? So it is up to me what I want to export: selected object, entire page, or entire document. The very first option is for what is selected, that will get added over here. As you can see, when I click on that option, the selected object comes. Export, and after this it will remember the same destination. So let me quickly add a folder over here. So as you can see, I have created a folder which is empty right now. Right, let me give a name to it. Now when I go to CorelDRAW back, I will define the folder which I have just created. Yeah. So this is a folder. As you can see, currently it is empty. I will select that folder. And now when I click on export option, automatically it will export 2 JPGs, 1 PDF, 1 PNG and 1 CDR of 21 version. Let me just click and the rest work will done automatically. So now let me go back to that folder. Now can you see? I have got 1 JPG file, 1 CD. Now you have to browse the file. It can be CSV file, Excel file, TXT or RTF. Now when you browse the file, you can make changes over here directly if it is required. So double click you can make the change. If you want to remove any entries, you can do that as well. Just select the entry and click on the minus button over here. If you want to add entry, you can just click on the plus sign and you can add the entries manually also over here. If you want to preview single records, you can do that as well. There is an option called view single record. Now, once you are fine with this, just click on the continue. And now the small window will appear. Now, in that particular file format, I am having these. As you can see, that particular image is inserted over here. And now I will power clip this image inside this ellipse. I will fill it proportionally. Now I'm having image, QR code, email address and name. Let me align this properly. Okay, so I have done for one entry. When I click on the create merge document, automatically it will insert for all other entries as well. So let me just click on the create merge document. Okay, it has bring name, email address and QR code, but images are skipped. So let me just try one more time for the image. For image, what you can do is but few amendments, few changes they have made in the asset dockers. So you will find the asset docker inside the docker list over here. Assets, right? As you can see, it is already check mark. So when I click on the asset, Now, whatever images, whatever the content you get from CorelDRAW, you have to just browse that folder from here. So that particular folder is wherever that particular folder is placed, you have to just browse it once. Now, once you browse it, you will be able to preview all the images, all the content which is available with CorelDRAW graphics suite. So now what? So when I say I can define the category. So for example, if I want to go for animals, right? So I have to just click on the animals and it will show me the preview of all the images and if any vector is available over here. So they have also applied two filters over here, one for vector and other for bitmap. So currently it is only So there's a very long list of brushes which is provided by CorelDRAW 2024 now, and you can also see the preview of that brush at the bottom. So let's say, for example, whatever is selected, let me just apply anything first of all. Applying any freehand stroke, and now I want to apply brush on this selected object. I will go to this painterly brushes. Shortkey for this is J. Now from the list, I will just click on the brush and that brush will get applied on it. Now this is not all. If you want to increase or decrease the transparency of this, you can still tweak the transparency. If you want to adjust the brush size of this, you can do that as well. So let me just reduce the size. like this. And when I click on the finish editing over here, I have to just click on yes. Now whatever changes I have made in Photo Paint, I have not saved on any location, I have not saved with any name. It will all replicate in CorelDRAW. Can you see? So whatever changes you make in Photo Paint, it reflects in CorelDRAW only. So that means for minute image editing or for corrections, no need to go to any third-party application. Within CorelDRAW Graphics Studio only, you can make changes. So this is all from my side. If you have any queries, please let me know.
I hope you have learned something new in this today's session. Thank you so much for your valuable time.